Rage on that beat, going crazy.
Hey, good morning, good morning. Morning, everybody. Hope everyone's doing well. Yeah, I already took a trade this morning and already down 1.8% on the day. But it looks like there was a pretty nice buy situation here. Price looks like came down nicely, accumulated a bit. Now it's in this kind of distribution. What I'm waiting for is some kind of structure to be formed, because it seems like the move is already gone. You know, it seems like price is already moving up here. So gotta wait. I think I could get some retracement off of this move. We're kind of parabolic right now. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bullish candlesticks in a row. Is that? Yeah, good morning. Good morning, Victor. Yes, a swing model, first trade of the day. Nice. Yeah, I feel like this one was pretty good. I'm waiting for... Definitely gotta wait for... Let's see the daily time frame. Oh, so we did get our targets. Remember our targets from Friday over here? We said 33.70. So 33.70 was actually hit right here towards the T. Got 33.70 on that Friday close. Somebody else in the chat was saying 34.70. You know, 34.70 was all the way up over here. It's a really big move. So we got 33.70. 33.70 was hit. Nice little accumulation here. On the 5-minute actually looks really clean. That whole move. And just check out the stream. I'm on backup internet right now, so hopefully, you know, hopefully it's gonna hold properly. Just want to see what you guys are seeing, but I think it should be decent. Should be decent enough. Good morning, Joshua, Vikrant, Ricardo, Trading, Architect, Monderic, Brian, Smike. Good morning, Jay. FX Brainiac. What's up, Ellie? So let's see what happens. Let's go on the 30. We got like some kind of 30-minute resistance over here. Start off the daily first. So we still have that daily resistance on the left-hand side. Definitely, like, you know, it's quite an interesting area. We should be getting volume to break through these zones right over here. So, just about this region. I think this would be the major accumulation then from this area over here. So that price can break above this zone and then maybe target around, like, you know, 33.40. I think 33.40 then would become the target. 33.40 there on the daily time frame. That's going to be the target for not for this daily, but more for the week up ahead, I would say, because we might still get some bearish candlestick closes as we're moving up like this, as we try and like navigate this area over here. So we're gonna see how price reacts, but right now we do have a resistance on the daily right there. Let me see, clean range on the left hand side for the weekly though, up towards like 34.40ish. That looks good. Weekly range looks pretty nice. Daily consolidation to break above. I see the 4 hours creating like some kind of a support over there. Yeah, all right, nice. So we got like a support being formed here on the 4 hour time frame. Let's see what the 5 minutes doing here. All right, beautiful. 5 minutes creating some structure now for me, possibly. But yeah, don't be fooled by these rejections. You know, price can still move up over here. It can still push through these areas. But currently right now, what we do see is some kind of rejection within this general zone, this general supply zone. Also got the hourly here just moving sideways when accumulation. So, you know, some sells at the highs here would also make some sense. Got hourly support down here below. Got sells by resistance by 69 over here, or like rather 70. Let's say 33.70ish here. Got some sort of resistance. So I think like, you know, if price gives me like nice structure, I can look for a move down to correct some of this previous hourly candlestick here. And it's a pretty big candle as well. It's a pretty big candle. This could create like some sort of imbalance in the market, and then for the next candle to come down. All-time highs this week. We have to see with the fundamentals, like if we can get gold to actually push the all-time highs. That's gonna depend on the fundamentals. Haven't you gotten into fundamentals yet? Alright, might be getting that structure here in a bit. It would be nice to break these lows. All I want to see is like price break these lows after creating some structure here. If we can break these lows, I think there's a shot that price can move down towards like 33.59 area over there. So that's something that I'm going to be looking at. Small minor accumulation there on the 1 minute as well. Got about 4 minutes for candlestick here to close. Next candlestick, man, we should be closing below that SMA over here. And for buys, I think for buys, what I want to see is if price can come down a bit more, create that structure for the buys. That should look nice. Yeah, I guess so. I'm on some backup internet here, guys. So we're gonna put Elon to the test today. Let's see how Elon does here. See what you're doing, Elon Musk. That market decide one yet? Yeah, I gotta wait here now. Gotta wait. Your Wi-Fi is broken, or? It works, but I feel like there's some kind of problem with the, like, it takes some time for pages to load. It's kind of like, it's not stable for some reason. It's like my Wi-Fi knows when I'm gonna stream. Because these problems always happen right before I come onto stream. Never before. It's a good thing we got backup. If the market whips you, it's Elon's fault. Yes. Exactly. It's gonna be, we're gonna point the finger at Elon. Nice LTA if we create a support. Yes. Let's see. Gold edges up as Trump imposes new tariffs. Gold prices rose around 33.60 per ounce on Monday, marking fourth consecutive session of gains. Okay, so wait, let me just gear up for this. Candlestick might decide to reflip. Y'all see that new internet that achieved in I think it's in China. In China. They have this super fast internet. You can literally download the whole of Netflix catalog in less than a second. That's how fast it is. In less than a second, imagine, chat, you can download the whole of Netflix. How freaking incredible is that? I would just be like, take my money. Because I feel like in this day and age, man, like the internet and broadband and everything, it's just like the whole internet, fiber optics or whatever it is, like it just doesn't feel like it's fast enough for the amount of progress we've made, you know? Doesn't feel fast enough, man. I want that internet. I want that internet. It's like, what do they say? It's equivalent to streaming, I don't know, 10,000 4K videos all in one go. That's how fast it is. It's just super fast. Literally no delay whatsoever. I wonder how much that thing's gonna cost. Japan? Is it Japan? Yeah, it's I thought it was China. Might be Japan, I'm not sure. I can't remember. I think it's China. We all say Japan? Japan records world's fastest speed 1.02 petabits per second. Okay, nice. Yeah, I think it's Japan then. You got the deets. We need that. We need that internet. Say goodbye to everything, to waiting. No more waiting. It's like when PlayStation removed the loading screens. That was so amazing, you know? No more loading screens. We also shouldn't get waiting anymore here. It's military grade fiber optic cables. Like, you see, the thing with the military, they always have access to these things way before we do. So, man, maybe this is something that has already existed for such a long time. And we're only figuring out about it now. Well, no more lag on gaming online? Yes. Pure, fast, instant connection. Man, no lag. That's a dream. That's a dream come true. Because it doesn't matter where you live, you know, first world country, third world country, like the internet definitely can be improved. There's always some kind of improvement. All right, chat. So I'm looking personally for a potential sell below support over here. Candlesticks can break. Break below. I think that should be nice because we've already filled up the range to the upside. We got resistance on the left hand side over there. So I'm trying something kind of different. Like I've been leaning into it a bit more. Is just trying to take around 2 to 3 trades per day. Like, it doesn't matter if this first trade is a loss and if the second trade is a loss. I'll just spread the risk out between sessions. So basically like pre-London, London, and pre-NY. Because usually I look at it from percentage gain basis. So if I was down, let's say 50% or something like that, maybe worst case scenario 3%, I would just call it a day. But yeah, I'm trying to something else, something new. But of course, if the market is terrible and it's ranging, then that rule then does not apply. That's if we're just massively consolidating, but only when there's volume in the market. See, but the hardware will be so expensive also and should consume so much energy just to pull all that plus keeping hit low. Oh, it's gonna be interesting. I'm not even sure what kind of let's see what they say. Military grade fiber optic cables. You know, if there's ever a terrorist attack on the earth, the best thing to do is just turn off the internet. Just go into the ocean and then blow up the internet cables. You know, that's gonna literally stop everything. ATMs, you won't be able to use ATMs. Like, you're gonna have to use cash. There's gonna be long lines. People are going to be lining up for ages. People are going to be stuck at registers. Everything goes down, man. Communication goes down. That's how much our society, we rely on internet. Without internet, we'll literally be going back to the Stone Ages. So, yeah, definitely it's awesome that we can hopefully get that petabit soon for commercial use. So you got 1 minute here for candlestick to close. Buys or sells looks good from the range if the close is high enough for a buy. Hey chat, how fast is your internet though? Write it right in the chat. Like how many Mbps's do you guys get? We had that in Portugal. We lost electricity, all country, lost water. Oh, you lost electricity, all country, lost water, communication, gasoline. We weren't able to put on the cars. It was panic, and that was like 16 hours without. Yeah, super fragile. Definitely like electricity even. 100 MBs. You know, I think the Elon here pushes like I think around 200. I'm not sure what does he even claim. Let's see. How fast is He claims it's about 200, typically range from 25 to 220 Mbps download. Seems just about right. How much are you guys pushing there? 900, let's go. 500. Yeah, 950. That's fast. That's fast. That's fast. I have 500 MBs, but max is about 1000 GB. I didn't get it because upload speed was the same as 500. Okay, so I think your upload is what? 500 Mbps. But max 1000 GB is maybe the data bundles. Like how much you got left to use. But the speed is 500. It's kind of confusing sometimes as well because there's also a true when you're downloading something, there's Mbps, fine, you got 500, then there's I think it's called true Mbps, which I think sometimes is around like, let's say for me, maybe I get like around 4. I'm not exactly sure, but that's like download speed, download speed. All right, so it looks like which is actually kind of fast. It's still pretty fast. But anyway, we got some rejection over here. And that's what I'm looking at, seeing what price is doing. You know, I'm still waiting. The more price action that we get over here, I think it's also pretty nice because you know, we could just end up rejecting this zone. We'll push up, try it one more time, and then start to see that sort of exhaustion come into the market, and then price can shoot downwards. So it's actually nice. It's retesting these areas a few times. I don't mind that. I don't mind it. Let it retest. Gonna see if it closes above resistance by 3370 here. But for buy, definitely don't want to buy above. Yeah, I don't see anything for buys there. I think the buys are a little bit too risky at this point. Ooh, wow. Holy, it's just massively pushing. Yeah, we got to look at the fundamentals too. Because we're currently up 0.45%. Malaysia, the internet is 500 MBs. Sick. Singapore, 10 GB Gbps. 10 Gbps. Singapore has the best, or they're kind of going out of style, but anyway, these, you know, these internet cafes where people go and game, super sick, man. Like they have like all the latest computers, all the latest gaming hardware over there. I think Singapore has the best internet cafes for gaming. You know, same thing they have like in Japan. I think also in China. Pretty popular thing in these Asian countries. Just go to a cafe, you know, get yourself a nice ass computer and play League of Legends. Yeah, Singapore is pretty sick. Mad expensive though to live in Singapore. But yeah, anyway, price moving up over here. So I don't think that price is coming down to my entry. So we're gonna wait. Waiting for entry. The sell might actually come up a bit later on though. Like if it's still going to be pushing with this much volume, something might still set up here around the highs. Let me see what the fundamentals are saying. In letters to the EU and Mexico, Trump said 30% tariff for both and referred to their respective trade deficits with the US as a major threat to national security. The follows broader set of tariff hikes. What is this? Meanwhile, investors are closely watching a series of key US economic reports this week, including CPI, PPI, industrial production, and retail sales, for clearer signs on Federal Reserve's next interest rate decision. So you can see how repetitive the fundamental space is, right? Like the more we cover it, you see how repetitive it is. It's just like a lot of waiting and waiting and waiting until something actually happens. Core CPI, that's what we got tomorrow. Core CPI, but today we don't have anything to look out for. Week up ahead, what else we got? Core PPI, yeah, I mean pretty much it. Retail sales, core retail sales. But today we are in the clear, guys. We don't have anything. No fundamentals. Forex factory is looking good. See commodities, intraday targets. Gold advances amid rising trade tensions. Gold advances in the early Asia session amid rising trade tensions that typically enhance a safe haven appeal of the precious metal. The US will impose 30% tariff on goods from the EU and Mexico effective August 1st. Trump said in letters to them. Okay, August 1st. These developments reinforce the likelihood of actual tariffs being imposed, reviving concerns of their potential implications for the US economy. See what the DXY is doing. If gold is already moving up like this. No. So yeah, guys, we got a. I think this is something that can help push price on gold up. Say DXY bearish. Weekly time frames bearish. Let's go on the monthly. Monthly breaking below that support, that accumulation. Kind of what we've been thinking for the most part. Price was accumulating here, and now it's finally distributing toward the downside. The dollar definitely is losing weakness. I mean, it is weakening quite a bit because of so much uncertainty right now in the US economy. So you can see with the DXY and the price action also makes sense. Isn't it so interesting to see how technicals and fundamentals just line up like this little accumulation and break below support? For us, it's funny because we're day traders, and then it's like classic structure that we see on a day-to-day time frame. Right? But in the real world, it's like, also it's like, you know, it's supposed to be more serious and all that stuff, but it's kind of funny. Like, it's kind of fun. Like, politics is also quite funny. Politicians sometimes act like children, and our world economy just looks like a video game if you're looking at it from a day trading perspective as well. It's all quite interesting. The little accumulation breakout, prices coming down. US economy is not doing well. A 3.4. Yeah, so let me see if this thing can actually dump. Can I get a dump from this soon? I know it's trying to fake out traders. I'm trying to see where that market open fake out's gonna be for the London. It could be right here. This could be the break above to start tumbling soon. Or it might just start consolidating as well here. It could just end up chopping up, low volume. Sometimes we're gonna see that the London Open does this, where it just like starts to build up a lot more wicks, and Yeah, it's not nice. What is the reason to take morning trade? Morning trade was it was a accumulation breakout. I was waiting for price to break above this area over here. Above this area over here, and then I got faked out. It was the last push. It was the last push before the reversal. She was like perfectly timing me. The sad part is if I came onto the charts earlier like I should have, I could have caught this move right here. There was this breakout situation that happened earlier on. But I didn't come onto the charts early. Not coming onto the charts early has been working out for me of late. But yeah, today looks like I missed a move. Could have caught these buys. Yeah, so it is what it is. Oh, actually, I could have caught these sells. If I was a bit more patient, I could have caught these sells. Because then I would be looking at that as liquidity grab just because of how fast this candlestick was coming down. So I lost around, yeah, just about like 1.8% here on this move. And I see gold is starting to come down as well. Actually, a few breakouts I could have caught. I could have caught this one here, or if I missed that one, I could have still caught this one here. Just put my stop loss within the range. Get a nice little push. Damn it. Okay, so now price is coming down. It would be nice. I think the best case scenario would be if price could come down and then create some structure here for me to get the break below that support region over there. Vic, Ronaldo, Messi. We gotta go Ronaldo. Sui. We even got the Ronaldo emoji over here. Look at this. Yeah, about to start war in the chat. Ronaldo or Messi, guys. Ronaldo or Messi. Ronaldo's the GOAT. Sue. We're gonna sue if this becomes a winning trade. No. Yeah, you can't even do the SUI command here, so you gotta do exclamation mark and get Nightbot in on it. See, Nightbot is also suing. Ronaldo is the GOAT. Let's see. Compete. It's a pretty big stop though. 85.5. So manage your risk accordingly. Don't be using 16 pip lot sizes on 85 pip moves. Zlatan, yeah, Zlatan. It's also pretty sick. Morning, woke up late. Did I miss anything? What's the plan right now? Right now is just waiting for price to break below support. Because we're currently at some kind of resistance over there. And we also got some daily area that I think price might struggle with for a little bit here. This is like some daily rejection zone. We also got some, we got some rejections here just on the 4 hour as well. We got 2 hours, 20 minutes for candlesticks to close. But notice how these 4 hours, every time they came up here, candles pushed downwards. They came up here, candle pushed downwards. Now we're back up here again. And at least for now, I don't see any buys. So I'm expecting price to push down again. That's what I'm waiting for. But now for it to come down, it's also going to have to do a lot of work because, you know, as the buys were being created, price created structure here as buys were pushing up. So we got support levels. Yeah, what's up? BTC is pushing crazy. 123K just now. Oh, yeah, we're heading towards 130 now. That 130 level. Bitcoin is, you know, it'd be nice to see Bitcoin do 150 at least by the end of the year. 150, and then 2026 can be 200K. But we'll see what happens here. Wow, crypto. Bitcoin is doing pretty damn good. Imagine Bitcoin is at 123,000 right now, and gold is only at 3,370. But this is something that I think would actually have more value. You know, it would have more value because it's gold. This is gold. It's a universal element. Whereas crypto is just like, you know, it's just made up. We just made it up and we gave it value. But in the real world, you know, nothing's as precious as gold, I would say. Well, gold is more precious, let's say, than Bitcoin would be. Because it's real. This is just going to be based on what we think it's valued at. So, you know, right now I think people really believe that it can get to like 200K. Crude oil is flying. Any news? Dailies at 0.86%. Crude oil looks like it has a really nice room to move up there. Like the structure actually looks quite nice for price to correct this range. Let's remove some of our analysis. So it's breaking above. Yeah, somewhere around here. There's a market open gap, but somewhere around here. Got some nice clean traffic on the left-hand side. Price consolidated, broke, create new higher high, creating support. Little engulfing candlestick over here. Got SMA in your favor in confluence. I think overall, crude should keep moving up there. Oil rises as traders await Trump's statement on Russia. This was July 14th. Yeah, this was today. Oil prices rise as investors await further details on Trump's major statement on Russia later on Monday after he voiced frustration with Russian leader Putin over the war in Ukraine. There's a potential that Trump could announce additional sanctions on Russia. This could dramatically shift the oil outlook if sanctions target Russian energy. See, meanwhile, China's oil imports rose by 7% on the year in June, driving first half growth to 1.4%. However, price gains are capped by intensifying trade tensions, with the latest US tariff threats casting a shadow over energy demand prospects. I feel like this is the driving factor of markets. So the tariffs, basically the thing that Trump said, he will be imposing 30% tariffs on most imports from the EU, Mexico, August 1st. And I just keep an eye on those stocks between these statements, Trump statements on Russia. Because as oil rises, as traders await Trump's statement on Russia. So, you know, depending on how locked in you're in the oil market, this could mean two things. You know, it could be a pricing in. Basically, they're pricing in some negative news that oil can move down. You know, that could be a potential. Or they're already getting in on some sort of exuberance that price can move up on oil. But I think, yeah, you gotta lock into that fundamentals over here. But hey, if price is moving up right now, I think that's a good thing. I think it's showing maybe more exuberance. It's not good to be too cynical about the market. You know, it's not good to be too cynical unless you really know what you're doing. But you know, if price is moving up right now, means like these statements, they should be in the favor of oil to continue pushing there. And also the daily time frame looks good too, structurally speaking. Daily looks good. When in doubt, stick with the sentiments. I got out last week with really good TP, up by 100% for the month. Let's freaking go. Yeah, when in doubt, stick with the sentiments. Because even sometimes the market doesn't make sense. You know, you might think it should be moving down, and then you're going to see that that price just keeps moving up. Heat map showing heavy liquidity, $6 above current price and still no real liquidity below. It's most likely heading up. Okay, like a small little inconsistency here. On my broker, that closed like a bearish doji. Oh, nice. This is 8 SMA confluence, clean range down, new hourly candle. Oh, nice. With inflation/inquiry-based tariff headlines, gold tends to benefit unless the USD or yields quickly turn positive. Technically, if gold holds above 33.21 and can reclaim 33.50, further gains are likely. Conversely, losing 33,297 could open the door for deeper pullbacks. Wait, what are we currently sitting out here? 33.70. Oh, nice. Yeah. I'm thinking like if price wants to keep moving up, then it should have no business below 33.66. But this hourly probably needs to close first. It's gonna close in 11 minutes. Otherwise, it would be quite an interesting entry, because if the hourly was to reflip and start breaking its own lows, really expecting some kind of push there. But I think it's better for it to close. I would prefer to actually close and then get the new hourly open. Let's see, I'm like 53.88% up for the month. Nice, nice. Six. It's kind of it lost a little bit of momentum to the upside. It's kind of slowing down here by resistance. Your money is mine or my money is yours. I'm 1W, 1L at the moment. I'm 1L at the moment. I did end up taking a second trade there on Friday. Ended up taking an L on Friday after my first trade. I think I came in a bit late. There was already a move that had happened before that. And then price had moved down. And then there was this kind of like push that I wanted to catch. I already missed one entry. I think that was probably the reason. I got TP1 hit, but then I still wanted to hold. Then it came back into my entries. Kind of hoping for a dump soon. Just gonna patiently wait down here. I mean, it's fine if it consolidates. If it consolidates for a while, that's also okay. It would be actually better because if it breaks like right now, man, I would really need volume to push it down. Because if it starts to pull up again, that could be quite a it would be quite annoying, but there's a lot of space there, potential for management though. That's what I like about the trade. There's enough room to create structure inside of it. Need to wait and see what happens. You know, it's slowly taking ground here. It's taking the 8 SMA. So we just took over the 8 SMA. It's doing a small break and retest of that 8 SMA, as you can see. This current candle couldn't have gotten any closer to my sell without taking you out. Living on the edge, eh? Joshua? Those tight stuffs. Because you're gonna get John Wicked. If you're not careful, you're gonna get John Wicked. It's gonna get a perfect execution there on your SL. I watched Ballerina as well. That was a pretty nice movie. John Wick is the GOAT. Let's see, we got John Wick's emoji here. So we create like a support. Basically, that's what I'm looking at. We got support here. We got resistance. So we're kind of like waiting to see what is price going to do within this area over here. Let me tidy up my entry. Do this. Bring that here. Oops. Now, what are we gonna do here? What are we gonna do here? You watched Superman over the weekend? Disappointed? Haven't yet seen it. That is just slowly trickling down. That is slowly trickling down. No volume currently. I don't live on the edge. I dance on it. Nice one. Dancing on the edge like the Joker, huh? Alright, let's see what Goldie does, guys. Let's see what Goldie does. It's a very interesting position. This could be a pretty nice fakie. Because if it comes down towards 33.66, I think the daily should be down by, it should be 0.30 and 0.30%. It's at 0.40 right now. It's kind of pushing. It wants to push up. But it's at this sort of like, this is like 0.40% is usually like, it's like a glass ceiling, right? For buys. So it needs to break above this to really claim the bullishness of the daily. Once we start tapping into the 50s and start holding a bit more from that point, that's going to be a lot more bullish momentum. Right now, 0.40, you know, it's not that much. I've seen 0.40 easily come down to 0.20, 0.10. You know, heck, get the daily flip as well. The daily candlestick could still flip. You know, this whole daily candle has only done about 216 pips. This range down towards the support area is about like, you know, 74 pips. Vic, are you seeing 630 volume that comes every day? It's 8:57 now. It's about 227 back. 2 hours 27 minutes back. Draw it here on Zoom. Use that Zoom annotation tool to draw it here. Maybe we need the news to actually move this price. See, analyze the move up and missed it, adjusting lots. That means there's something that you can work on then. That means you have to find the ways that you can adjust your lot sizing faster. Just make the process a bit more simple. Because you see, if it's happened to you already once, it's going to happen again. So you got to be like ready next time that happens. That's really what trading is. Like literally everything that you see you might struggle with now, just see how you can catch the move next time, because it's going to happen again. But it's not correct in this whole zone here. Came down, consolidated, came up. This whole range has been filled. So if you're looking for buys, then yes, you gotta see where you're buying to. There's buyers down over here as well. Interesting is like, how long is the market going to leave these positions on? Can we get a mitigation of that area over there? Kind of like you could imagine someone take a buy here. Your price moved up, consolidated for a while, and then eventually mitigated that price action. Those buyers who are down over here. So that's what I'm thinking, like also with these lows over here. Can we get that corrected? Oh, nice. So Elon seems to be holding up quite nice over here. Don't know how to use that on Zoom. If you're on a computer, just play around with the settings. It should say annotate. It's gonna be way easier, faster as well. But anyway, let's see. It was on this candle here. Oh, so you're noticing some type of volume coming in on this. This is at 1:25 a.m. Eastern. Yeah, it looks like even a strong push to take out these lows right here because this was a liquidity grab up here, and it looked like it just came down to do some damage. You know, okay, I was watching that push as well. It came down like quite aggressively. It's like it got people here, and then it aggressively pushed them out here as well at the same time. You can just notice by the way the wicks look. You know, it's kind of like an interesting... It's like a fidget spinner. It's kind of like moving sideways. Like, notice how the wicks just look like... They look kind of weird, right? They look like this, in a sense. How do you explain this? So you can see it's been kind of like targeting. Seek and destroy, as they like to call it. I like to call that like a fidget spinner. Kind of just like spinning over here. See, waiting on this volume to kick in. This could be it though. This would be the right shoulder. So this is left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Cup and handle. Yeah, if you see a cup and handle, then you should go for it. You know, the price, it just got to make some sense to you. That's all that it's got to do. Because in this area here, you're going to get people who think it's a buy and people who think it's a sell. Like you. And they're going to do the analysis so differently as well. Maybe some people use trend lines or what have you. So you just got to trade what you think makes the most sense to you. Because the market never just shows like one direction. Cup and handle. Yeah, we got a teacup pattern here. For me, it makes sense because we're resistance. And we've filled the range over here. So I would want to see price continue to pull downwards. I'm actually expecting drawdown on this trade. I'm expecting price to come in like this. And then maybe give me some drawdown to create some more structure. To play with time a bit more. And then to push down towards support levels. That's what I'm expecting. But if it moves down, you know it moves down. Turtle soup, inverted unicorn, Teletubby foot. Yeah, you got the, what is it? The Teletubby pattern over here. Need to draw some eyes on there. Creepy cartoon. Man, if I had kids, I would not let them watch that cartoon. Very weird cartoon. I would make sure my kids grow up on the OG cartoons. None of this new shit. Yeah, it's like come back to finish Head and Shoulders and to dump. Thought this would be the volume. The way this candle was moving, it was moving kind of crazy here. I thought this could be the push, but it's still setting up. Be trading beneath that 15-minute SMA. 30-minute SMA is catching up. It's like a come back up to finish Head and Shoulders and to dump. Hey, Schwartz, good morning. Oh, happy tree friends. Man, that's one thing I completely forgot about that cartoon. Yeah, that cartoon was gruesome, huh? I bet you... I wonder if it's still on YouTube. Such a gruesome cartoon. Yeah, I mean, like the OG cartoons were definitely a lot better. Like Jimmy, what is it called? Jimmy Phantom or Rocket Power. If you all remember Rocket Power. Man, Billy and Mandy. So many nice OG cartoons. Even the Wild Thornberries was good. Anyway, yeah, Johnny Bravo. 1 minute looking nice. Let's see, 1 minute. Yeah, 1 minute's looking clean. Very nice accumulation there. I wish this was happening a bit closer to this level. It'd be a very nice confluence. Because that means something is going to be at play. That's why I'll be actually expecting drawdown then. If it's like breaking through here. Wait, let's see how many pips this would be. Here to here, that's like about 26, 27 pips. Yeah, that's quite a big push from that accumulation. That's going to be a potential setup there. Captain Planet used to be my shit. I'd be up at 5 a.m. on Saturday just to watch it. Actually, you know one people didn't like? I wonder why people didn't like, if you guys know Megas XLR. I used to think that was pretty nice. You know, that was a nice one, but it felt like people didn't really like it too much. But you know, the best one for me, I think, growing up was like Samurai Jack. Something about Samurai Jack just makes it so nostalgic, you know, especially those episodes where it's like raining. Because I feel like Samurai Jack was more of like, it was like a journey, you know, it was like something that you could follow, and it felt like a wholesome cartoon. It wasn't just like mindless animation, you know. Felt like you could learn something from it. Y'all see the new Ghost of what's it called? Ghost of Yoti or something. The new video game coming out. So sick. We already played the first one on stream once, the Ghost of Tsushima. So this is the second one that's coming out. It's like a samurai game. Waiting for this. Waiting for this thing to drop. Waiting for it to drop like gold. Yeah, it's gonna be a big distribution. Because if you go on the 1 minute time frame, it's like if it breaks above key resistance points, maybe like 33.72, it could be gearing up to move up. Or if it breaks down below 33.69, then you could start to see some further pushes to the downside. Can you tell me why you think gold is a short? Well, if you go on the daily here, you're gonna see like some kind of resistance. That's just one. Ding. Resistance. So we're just trading what we see, not what we feel. So I see on the daily we got resistance on the left hand side. On the 4 hour, you also got some rejection wick here. Price was rejecting this area previously. You know, the thing about these 4 hours, like price could have been here the whole time, like how we are right now, and then towards the end it started to pull towards the downside. So we can see previous 4 hour rejections over there. And as well, if you just go on the 5 minute, the range has already been filled here on the left hand side too. Price had come down, mind you, price had come down. Let's turn on our kill zones and see. This was like the Asia session, so we're currently trading at the Asia highs, right? So since the Asia highs, price had come down, accumulated, and then corrected this move. So if we're tapping into Asia highs, we're taking out Asia highs. I think if we start breaking below 33.66, we could get a correction over here, a small correction. That's what I'm looking at. Because there's a lot more resistance on the left-hand side. As you can see, if you take a buy here, look at what you're buying into. Buying into like these levels of resistance. Also, this area is not the best. I think this is like a no trade zone at the moment. So kind of like avoid that area. But yeah, we're at resistance here. We got also the potential right shoulder coming in. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. So there's a lot more leaning towards the downside for me, technically speaking. Fundamentally speaking, maybe there's more opportunity for the upside, fundamentally speaking. I'm going to play the shit out of Ghost of Yokai. Same here. Maybe we play it on the channel again. Played some of the previous one on the channel too, so I think it was nice. I want to move my SL down because I think it will spike down before going back up. But I ain't no B, so the SL will stay where it is. Now I see it's breaking that accumulation. See, it's trying to... Oh, this is very interesting. This is very, very interesting. Because if it breaks that accumulation and starts ripping down now, that would be potentially the... This would be the liquidity grab that's happening here on the LTF. That if candlestick starts to just rip down like this. And if it doesn't do that, then it could just be a distribution from this zone to move up bullish. But if you know, because I'm looking for sells right now... If I get that confluence, I think that's going to look pretty nice. 1 minute liquidity grab like this. And then I'd be expecting a much bigger tumble to the downside than at that point. And you can see it's good. So, man, there's something up with this London Opens, chat. Like, I've been noticing these London Opens, for some reason, they've been wicking quite a lot. Notice how it's like being wicking. So many wicks during this time. Like, a lot more rangy price action. At least entries are coming down a little bit further along, so you can avoid majority of this noise in here with all them wicks which are forming as it starts to break below that support. In this situation, I think it's pretty nice. But yeah, I don't know what it is with London. This actually should be a time of volume. Looking for a sell like this, taking it on the from 1 minute. Yeah, it could be valid. Let's see if it comes down. It's trying to push up again here. 5 minute just closed. See if it. Goldie's definitely not had any moves. As you can see, no distribution, no movement, just range. Uko aje bro? Muzuri sana. Yeah, I guess so. Anyway, you can send in your chart if you wanna see a chart over here. If you wanna send in your chart, if you think it's gonna be a buy or a sell, we can break it down for you. You should check out US. What's that? USD try. The PA is forever buy signal. US Turkish new lira. US dollar versus a Turkish new lira. Yeah, you're right. Oh man. That's true. That's true. You know, these kind of like exotic-ish pairs, very interesting. Like I've never actually tried trading these before. Could it be that easy? This seems too easy. You literally take a buy anywhere. Holy. It changes to, let's see where it's trading at. USD. Oh, this is... Buy and hold? Yes. Just buy and hold. Man, look at these spikes over here. This is insane. What kind of spike is this? Now we're getting like a wick fill here. Buy that sheet type of analysis. Man, why are we trading gold? Why are we struggling here in the trenches so much? You'll be trading the US dollar Turkish lira. Just buying it every day. Yeah, definitely trading this off the daily. I ain't trying to mess around with these lower time frames. Get yourself a big stop loss. And let the market do all the heavy lifting. Nice little accumulation breakout that happened over here as well. Nice little sideways movement breakout. Beautiful entry. Take a buy right here. Stop loss below the accumulation. And then let it ride for the wick fill. Simple. Does this thing even have retracements? Bro, like this thing barely has retracements, which is breaking structure. There's nothing here which... Okay, except this one right here. This happened in 2023 August. But barely. Very nice. Goldie sideways, yes. Man, it's ranging. It's something we've been noticing happening a lot with our London sessions. Like a lot more build up of wicks. But when it starts to move, I'm actually expecting quite a big move. Following this little head and shoulders pattern right here. Break of support, key level of support. Clean traffic on the left hand side, should be nice. Yep, that's a fakie. That's a fakie on the 1 minute right there. Got that fakie. So we're anticipating, you know, anticipating what price is doing here. So you see we got a fake out. Oh, look at this. It breaks these lows. I think the sellers are going to be coming in. Once it breaks those lows on the 1 minute time frame. We should be getting the sellers in. Let's see what happens here. Needs to break properly below like 33.69 area here. Let's see, it's breaking. There it goes. It's breaking. So you got the buyers trapped. Buyers have been trapped. That would be an early entry. This is one entry over here. That's an earlier entry. I'm trying to catch the bigger move. So technically speaking, it should stop pushing here at this point. Yeah, seeing how these buyers here have been faked out. Buyers have been faked out. It's hard to buy at these levels, you know. Price has already moved up. It can be quite tricky. You're gonna need price to first come down for any sort of like buy analysis. Price needs to first pull back downwards. You know, heck, maybe I become the liquidity. Who gives a shit? But I think price, if it breaks below 33.66, man, there's a lot of room to move down here. You know, for a much deeper sort of retracement. Oh, you already got in? I'm gonna wait for a bit. I want price to break here. But yeah, that's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting price to dump. If it's already faked out once, you know, for it to fake out twice, that's just brutal. Fake out here and then fake out here, back into the range. That would be nuts. I'll be expecting this thing to just dump. Let's see what time it is. 4:22 a.m. So about 22 minutes into the new hourly. Hourly looks beautiful here for potential fakie. Like you can imagine someone in a buy here, probably targeting these lows. The hourly time frame, trying to pull back from this region over here. Break above, get a little bit of a fake out confluence, little fakie we've seen on the 1 minute time frame. I think it should be this a move. Structurally read it. The way I'm reading structure right now seems like that's the case. And also we got a nice beautiful little SMA confluence here. 8 SMA right on top of the candlestick. Holding that 5 minute. Just got to get the follow through. Didn't just hit SL. I deposited into the market. I'll get it back with interest in the future. RIP. Rest in peace, 1 minute buyers. They've already been taken out. You can always tell, you know, just by the way it flows. Like this is quite an aggressive push down. Notice 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like a strong push downwards, you know, trying to like tap this area over here. New 5-minute open up, creating highs. It's creating the top wick. We're still waiting on that right shoulder distribution, chat. But definitely, like, once we break 33.66, that's going to be a HDF move. So I'll be expecting a little bit, a really nice, some kind of movement. It's nice that we're leaving this zone, though. It's trying to leave this kind of wicky area. You can just keep respecting it. Push downwards. Hey, Armando. Good morning. Man, I hope Yared from Texas is alright. It's been so long since we've heard from him. Since, you know, the floods over there. Can't wait to have him back on stream. Ask him what happened. I promise you we must eat, even if it's late. Yes. Yeah, you know, I didn't have any breakfast today in the market. Hopefully I can get some lunch over here. Yeah, oh, alright, here we go. Now it's starting to push. Is that a beautiful distribution? Man, Ricardo's sitting nice in that. Ricardo's sitting nice in that. Our risk is coming on here. See, that's the only thing. It's going to be like a 27 pip move down into entries from that first accumulation break. So volume's starting to come in. Still waiting. It always flirts with that, you know, it tends to flirt with that area quite a bit. So that's why I always want to see a strong break into 33, or rather way I'm planning on getting in my entries. I'd rather get in later and have a strong break. Just to avoid any pullbacks, because now I think what we're seeing here is profit taking. That's profit taking from that 1 minute play. It was a pretty big move from that area. It was about like, you know, 28 pips. That's kind of cautious about my entries as well. I want to see a good follow through. So yeah, I'm not yet in. It's kind of nice to set the alert as well. You know, if you set the alert, then you can be... Gives you like an extra level of surety that price did break. It's nice. I was flirting with that support region over there. Usually if that's a liquidity grab, then that's really all it needs to do. It doesn't need to really dive too deep into this area. It could just slightly break the wicks like that. That's why it's nice to wait for strong breaks. Close below 33.66 will be beautiful. Yeah, close below that support indeed. Got about 40 seconds for candlestick to close. Looks like it will be closing below that support. Next 5 minutes should open up nice. All right, so 5 minute close below support. It's gonna be like a shotgun play with the wider stop. I get the re-break of the lows. Gonna slightly adjust my entry there. So you hoping it makes a top wick first? Man, it is flirting. It is flirting with this region. Alright, so awesome. Now I got triggered. Now expecting this thing to dump it. Would have been nice to create that top wick. On what platform do I execute? C Trader. Now it's creating the top wick. You had a top wick on your broker? I didn't even see mine. Oh, you secured 50% at 30 pips. I have a run it doing its morning jogging. Nice, nice. See what the Xauusd here is doing. Got about 26 minutes for Xauusd candlestick to close. And Xauusd is just ranging as well. I don't know if I mentioned this part of the analysis too. Was a potential Xauusd fake out here. And also the Xauusd is just moving sideways. So I got my stops just about these highs. See, so I'm expecting that if market is just moving sideways here, then we could retest these lows. New 5-minute open, re-break of the lows again. Funny how the 5 minutes just keep opening without the top wick there. I hope the market got shine on you guys. Yesterday I've been forsaken. I try not to think about it too much. I just try and execute as much as possible, because the problem with trading is when you think about it too much, that's when it really starts to affect your performance. So I try not to think about it. I just make sure I execute following my rules, and then that's just it. Anyway, not to sell. Did I fire Bogdanov? Hell no. Bogdanov is gonna dump it. See, at least now price has created a new lower low over here. Low low. It's trying to do like a little shotgun play. Don't know why it's hesitating here. It's consolidating a bit there on the 1 minute. I think it's setting up an accumulation break on the 1 minute. That's what it looks like. Don't like the SMAs, 5 minute, 15, 30 minute. They are approaching the 30 minute. 15 and 5 just got that 50 SMA down here. Vic, what if this price moved down and then it creates structure for buys? What will you do? What will I do? I'll see how I can reduce my stop loss, but I won't be looking to get into a buy. So I think I know what you mean. So if price comes down, let's say, and gives like a buy entry confirmation, you always have to keep in mind that the sell idea is still playing out. And we've already seen an example of this, I think, last week, where it was like a sell that was playing out, then there was a buy confirmation, and that one got faked out. That one got faked out, and then the sells just continue to play out. So, you know, you mustn't chase these moves in the market.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Vic, do you know how to play chess? Only in the market I know how to play chess. Only in the market. But so far, so good. Progressing nicely. There was a 1 minute breakout there that just happened. This is the accumulation I was talking about here. Want to see us move away from this zone a bit more. But I got a small little accumulation here. Next 5 minute candles opened up. But yeah, anyway, if we do get that structure for buys, then I'll just be looking to see, let's say if something like that happens, it comes down and then maybe does something like this, then I'll just be looking to reduce my stop loss overall. But right now, it's still a bit too soon for me to touch the stops. Just gotta leave it. Gotta let the market breathe. The drawdown chess. Yeah, exactly. You gotta play drawdown chess. Because, you know, sometimes what happens is we manage too quickly and then the moves happen. So I'll be like a bit patient over here. Just see what sort of like price action forms and then react accordingly. I hope that 1 minute's not getting faked out though. On that small little break over there. Mini retracement for that little breakout. Yeah, those 1 minute time frames can be quite pesky. They can work beautifully in your favor and also something to be cautious about. So you saw how it worked out here quite lovely as well. Break, that little retest distributed. That was the only thing that I'll be still a bit cautious about, is because of this trade here that played out. So this was a profitable trade. And, you know, that distributed. So the question is, like, how far will price leave them into profit? That's why I was still expecting, like, maybe some additional drawdowns, which we might be getting here from this smaller accumulation. It starts to break above this area over here. That's if it breaks above 33.68. Could expect like a deeper drawdown. What's that? Just need to get through the 30-minute SMA. Yeah, SMAs can also, you see a little kiss of death there on the SMA. Can also create those little moments for price to move up, create structure, and then continue to move in the other direction. SMAs are beautiful, right? You typically would get such reactions from them. But what I'm paying more attention now is that's just price action. You can clearly see prices starting to lose steam too. It lost steam towards the upside, creating new lower lows over here. We all know that the range should be filled, so practice being patient. Yeah, the ranges as well, you know, they don't typically all the time get filled in one go. You're gonna see sometimes it's gonna retest, it's gonna play around for a bit, and then have the move. Hopefully nothing too drastic like we have over here. See how it attempted to break above, but it first came down slightly. Still respected structure down over here, but then later on moved. It's a pretty big range. This range is about like 72 pips. I need some coffee, like 10x shot of espresso. Yeah, that trade could take a while to play out since the stops are pretty big. So Goldie, GJ is looking nice as well. It looks like GJ has had some form of resistance. Daily time frame down negative 0.14%. GJ is tapping in some resistance areas over here. It's got support. It looks like it just had its retracement. So a rebreak of these lows should be the actual push here on the pound yen. Retest something around by 198. Nice little market open gap correction over here throughout the Asia session. Got Asia highs. Yeah, I'd love to see Goldie dump here from the Asia highs. I'd love to see Goldie dump here from the Asia highs. Maybe even in range for Monday. This is the beginning of the week here. I get a rangy Monday. Oh, 15-minute reflip back bullish. Create a small little support there. 15-minute looks clean to move down. I think sometimes when the SMAs affect your psychology so much, you can just remove them. Just remove the SMAs. And then look at the structure over here. Top of the range. Boom. Hit the top of the range. Asia highs. The accumulation. Distribution. Now expecting some form of correction. Hourly probably needs to close here. Got about 12 minutes for the hourly candlestick to close. Let's see that 4 hour. I got 1 hour for the... Oh, that next hourly candlestick will be very important. Because it's just the same as these previous 4 hours. See how candles started pulling down? That could be happening with the last hourly candlestick. So this next hourly candle is going to be very important hourly candle. As the 4 hour is also about to close. So we should see history preferably repeat itself here by these highs. The good thing, it's already taken out the highs here. Like it took out the previous highs, then it pulled down. Took out previous highs, pulled down. Took out previous highs, pulled down. So it should be good to pull down. That's nice little SMA tap over there. Looking at this 1 minute candlestick, hopefully to create a double fakie. So there was just a little small accumulation in here. Did one V-shaped reversal. Hopefully it does a second V-shaped reversal and continues flowing towards the downside here. Maybe a small little retracement as well from this previous push. Yep, just like we anticipated, drawdown. It's a big range to correct all at once, especially the way we came into it. Got like 1, 2, 3, 4 candlesticks, 5 candlesticks just down in a row. It was due for some sort of retracements for sure. Price just playing ping pong with SMAs. That looks like a nice risk management opportunity now. This one I still would not take this one. Because this, like the candlestick could still come up like this. That's what I'm trying to avoid. Candlestick coming up like this to do something like that again. So I'll still be a little patient. Wait for the market to play its cards and see if you get the luxury to reduce the stop loss. RSI for the 4 hours overbought, so it should come down. Oh, nice. Yeah, I mean for, what is that? For the pre-London? Most of pre-London here was just buying. Oh yes, I'm thriving. I take losses like the Key and Peele video. Backhand or forehand. Yeah, Key and Peele, those guys are funny. Let's get a Monday range, Goldie. Let's get a Monday range. These tariffs are not even due till August 1st. You know, we still got about 2.5 weeks or so, you know. Or let's say 3 weeks. Still got plenty of time until those tariffs hit. No need for bullish exuberance here, Goldie. Not on a Monday. But there's a potential buy over there if it breaks those highs. I think that's what someone was looking at earlier on. Some potential buy here at the break of the highs. About like 37 pips on that range. But I still got to keep in mind that these sells are currently in play. So that's why I'm thinking that could have been potentially a fakie to continue moving down. But for sure, this trade is gonna take a while. I do feel like it's gonna take some time. This must be one of the widest stop losses we've had so far. Usually stops are what, like 30 pips, maybe 50 pips. It's gonna take some time for this price action here to mature. It'll be a nice little break and retest here on the 15. Take out these lows. Boom, then just get the dump. That's what I would like to see. Trump will change his mind 4 times before then. Yeah, exactly. You know, these are just all like speculations, but it does seem like we are going to get the tariffs going to be imposed, like 30% tariff for both for this in August 1st. This seems like it's going to be legit, but we have time until then. Still looking out for US economic reports, CPI, PPI, retail sales. Take a look at cable. Now, I mean, this looks freaking awesome here. It looks nice. It's a similar thing like GJ, correct? GJ is also some kind of resistance. Cable looks like it should be coming down here. Beautiful range there, that is. Little accumulation, little fakey situation that happened here too. To notice this, little break above structure. Boom. Starting break below support. Ideally, what I would love to see, if that's what price is doing, then it should come down. Then it should come down. It should continue to push bearish. Especially even this one. It got a little mini fake out situation that happened here as well. Look at that. Took out the highs. Slide took out the highs. You got this bigger one right up here. It's breaking below support. Cable should come down. Cable always has a lot more volume than GJ. But GJ also looks quite similar. Similar sort of PA. H4 closing in 5 minutes. My broker here, it's about 1 hour left for the 4-hour closure. Let's see, XAU, US. See what Owanda's doing. Oh yes, Owanda's about to close. Man, the 4-hour looks so different here on Owanda. We've got some 4-hour resistance. Would be nice to have a rejection off that mark. Since the 4-hour has also been moving up for quite some time, it would be good to see some sort of retracements come in. Let me see. Whoa, this is move up, move up. This was yesterday. No, this was Friday. Friday moved up. Market open. Got some 4-hour resistance. Yeah, I think I'm gonna watch how this 4-hour here closes. Nice to close below 33.67. $33.67. See where that is here. 33.67. Yeah, this 5-minute needs to dump. 5-minute dumps over here, then that means 4-hour and Owanda should be respecting that resistance. 4-hour resistance. But heck, you know, it would be nice to see respect. If it doesn't respect, it is what it is. You could still be getting like false closure above for fake out as well. Nice little kiss of death on the 5. What's that? Seeing liquidity both above and below, price is stuck in the middle. Consolidating. Downside has heavier liquidity, so it might dip first. But 4 hours still looking bullish. Not sure what move to take yet. Yeah, don't take it. If you don't feel comfortable about this move, you can get a break even. You know, if you're not sure, then I think that's the best thing to do. For me, I gotta sit on my hands. I gotta take my hands as always, put them right here, and wait. Never take a trade that you're not sure of, because what happens is there's a lot of victimization that comes in next. You know, you gotta play the victim if things don't end up going the way you want them to go. So that's what you're trying to avoid. It's okay, so trading is about making money, correct, but it's also more so about managing your risk and also your psychology, protecting your psychology, because psychology is everything, you know. If you start getting affected, if you start doubting yourself, so you get fear of execution and that sort of thing, it kind of puts you in a weird place where you won't be able to perform properly. You know, I mean, it sucks. Yeah, obviously taking a loss kind of sucks, but it is what it is. You know, this is a space. This is the game you signed up for. So you mustn't be a crybaby when things don't go your way. You know, you just gotta get back on the horse and just keep going. You know, it's all about consistency. It's just about playing the game, even if you're losing. Imagine football players. Imagine some football teams which don't perform well and they always lose, but they always show up on the court nonetheless. They're always ready to play. That's the sort of mentality you should have. Otherwise, you're going to fold. You're going to very easily fold. You better lose... Yeah, exactly. You better lose the money, but not the courage. Exactly. Good closer on the 4 hour. Oh yeah, now it did respect the 4 hour. So I guess that's now creating the 4 hour highs. Hourly or like hourly highs. Yeah, this new hourly candle opened. Oh, this candle here should have a lot of volume in it. So because on my broker, this is the hourly candle that's supposed to close the 4 hour structure. But on Wanda, we've got rejection of resistance. So we got a few rejection wicks over here. You know, that's pretty nice. My stops are just above. I'm going to go back on my broker. My broker's 4 hour. Should be pulling down. I'm expecting it to reject this area again here. Got about 58 minutes for a 4 hour closure. New 1 hour open. Look at this hourly top wick. We're at the top of the range here on the hourly time frame. So you got like resistance, you got support down over here. So I want to see this thing come down. It's already created its hourly highs. Definitely got plenty of room there. We got some speed bumps though. Hourly support. Hourly dynamic support. Beautiful little kiss of death here on the 30. If we could just keep moving down like this, that'll look really nice. Got the 8 SMA right on top of that 30 minute. So that's like a signal to show potential volume that's about to come in right now. To the downside. You got a 5 minute SMA kiss of death as well. That looks pretty nice. Still no structure yet for me to reduce my stop loss. Because I don't want to leave the stop here. I'd much prefer if I can bring the stop, let's say here. You don't want to reduce my stop from all the way up over there. To bring it down a bit more. Yeah, it's gonna take some time. It's gonna really take some time. But I'm hoping with this new hourly that we can start getting a decent push. See, this previous hourly over here did about like 74 pips. So this hourly could be, you know, well within targets for where I want to close. Now it looks like it's about to re-break the previous hourly lows. Nice. I'm learning so much from you. Thanks, bro. Thank you, Antonio. Anthony. But the way I like it now is like I could most likely, the probability that I can reduce my stop loss here by 50% plus is pretty high. I could see a possibility where I can reduce my stop like this much. On the 15 minutes about to break an FEG. If it does, we might see price grab that liquidity below. Let's see let's investigate the 1 minute now. Okay, so 1 minute. What is 1 minute done? V-shape. Yeah, I did a double fakie on the 1 minute. That's what it was. What we're anticipating from this sort of area. V-shape here and then V-shape down below. Liquidity grab to the lows, liquidity grab to the highs. And now it's picking now the true direction it wanted to go, which was just also on the HTF. Just you know, sometimes price also takes a while when it does these retracements. It's kind of like what I like to think, it's kind of planning for the HTF, the higher time frame candlestick opens. So it comes down like this, but it says, hey, you know, we got a new hourly opening in a bit. We got 4-hour candles closing. Let's have a retracement and then time it to close it like in a certain way with the new HTF candles. After trading for such a long time, you start to realize, like, man, some of these moves are they're just not random. It always sometimes feels like market definitely is playing ahead. You know, it's somehow playing ahead with the candlesticks. We just can't see them, of course. That's why sometimes you get these little liquidity grab situations, because it's like playing ahead. It knows, like, I'm going to go here, then I'm going to go here. Me and Space talked about this before. Markets are fractal. Yes. Order flow made a huge improve on my trading and made me have patience. Nice. Yeah, I think once you understand like price and how it moves, then you have a bit different reaction towards things like drawdown, right? Especially when you're having wider stops. And you understand it's like the order flow, right? That's how price behaves. It doesn't always move in one direction. You know, sometimes some people, they have awesome moves. You know, they have awesome moves. They'll go into profit and then price will come, retest them, and then continue to hit their further targets. Because that's just the flow. That's how price flows. Typically. And sometimes you have the really nice trades, you know, the ones which just run in your favor. Like these buys over here from this morning. Price broke above structure and then just kept moving upwards. Those are typically the ones I guess you'd want to be finding yourself more in those situations. If you want to hold runners. Not in the trades which give you like too much drawdown. Yeah, but hopefully like price can at least respect these highs up over here. That's by 33.68. Honestly, price at least respect those highs and then create some structure again to the downside, something like this, and then start moving properly. See what this hourly is doing? It's reflipping. Bouncing off the 50 SMA there on the 5. Oh, 15-minute looked good, but the 15-minute didn't have a bottom wick. Kind of a crappy close on that 15. It didn't create a bottom wick over here for this candle to break. So that means there was no range. And as it's pulling up, it's just looking like a fakie there on the 15. But it was nice that the 15 at least closed down below that support region. It came down, tried to do a fakie, failed. It came down again. I think it's trying to do another fakie to the upside, but we did get a closure below support over there. But that's why I'm kind of hoping on the 5, at least I start getting some good structure towards the downside, like another sort of resistance to be formed. Because if I get that happen, and then let's say this candlestick just keeps moving up, my stops would have already been reduced, and then that would be like this kind of like fake out pattern that I usually like to get trades on. Such fake out patterns like this. Looks like a support that's been formed, a bearish candle, and then a bullish candle to break above the highs. And that would like change up the probabilities a bit more. So you'd want to kind of manage your risk. I got about 40 seconds for this candle to close. True. For example, if I see delta negative and order flow negative as well, but I see buyers usually an absorption, instead of getting out of the trade, I hold because I know some sort of retest. This would be the perfect candlestick to just dump here. Because if this candle here closes bearish, I'm really expecting that the move follows through. Because now I'm giving it enough time, you know. I'm giving it enough time to build structure before managing anything up over here. So this should be the candle. I don't know if it's going to be this one or the next one or what, but whatever candlestick closes bearish next, we should be getting the move. HCF is good. When I make it big, I'm going to buy a Mercedes SL63 just because it has SL in the name. And I want to flex on the market for all the SLs it hit. Yes, sir, man. That's nice. That's nice. You know, you can't spell million without a couple of L's. So we must embrace the opportunities for lessons. No one ever became a millionaire without a few L's. But yeah, 15 looks nice here on GJ if it can break below that support. Goldie still looks good though. I'm still quite positive about this move. Still quite positive about this move. Just need some volume to come in already. It's kind of slowing down a bit. Anyone can give me $30 donation. No V Gaba. This is not a donation stream. Are you in a sell trade? Yes. Waiting for this 5-minute here to close before touching this trade. You know, you don't want to touch the trade too much. Other traders they're always gonna mismanage the positions a lot. They're gonna be moving like this. Oh, maybe I should have broken even. Maybe I'm gonna put it on top over here. Maybe we're gonna put it like, you know, just chill. Wait for the candlesticks to close. Yeah, that's been my problem, moving it too much, learning to sit on your hands more. I hope you get like a solid close. Not like a doji, yeah, something like that with some volume. Yeah, this is awesome. So I'm gonna reduce my stop loss here, because now it's taking too long. It's taking too long to play out. And we've given it enough time that it can already have had its move. So this is how much I'm going to manage on my trade. See, that's going to be managing like, what would you guys say? That's about 80%, somewhere like 80% of the position. Yeah. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to manage it here. Because I know if we break these highs, there's a potential. There's a potential there for a long if those highs get broken. Now, the price could start to move up here towards like 33.72. So that's the area that I'll look at managing at. Let's see that hourly. Because then it would be like a potential 15-minute fakie. That's the thing. If we re-break above these highs, because it's creating this type of structure over here. So it's like pushing down, then it creates like that false move. It's like a false move, and then price starts to move up again. But that's only confirmed if we can start breaking those highs. So I don't want to play around with the probabilities of that too much. If you play around with the probability, sometimes you could get a bit lucky and then it ends up being a double fakie. So it can do something like this and then have the big move. Then in hindsight, that's just going to look like a grab. Like the final liquidity grab before the big move. But I don't want to get lucky. I just want to manage risk. Because, you know, if we're looking for a sell, we shouldn't be creating new higher highs like this now at this point. The structure should not be forming like create new lower low, and then start creating new higher highs. You see, then that's going to be a shift of character at that point. Yeah, exactly. Reverse shotgun. Be nice if this candle here closes so at least the 8 SMA can catch up a bit more. Because sometimes what could happen is it just taps the 8 SMA and then pushes down again. You see that S8 SMA is right exactly where I want to potentially manage if we break. That 8 SMA on the 15. He's playing around with this area here, this kind of zone by 33.67. See, you might find a bit of support on this one, on the 5-minute. That's the thing I want to be cautious about. They're about to get 5-minute confluence. See, 5-minute candle is about to close. It's going to create a shotgun here on the 5. Yeah, it's creating a shotgun there. It also looks like a potential inverted head and shoulders. Got a small little distribution there on the 1 minute with a nice little SMA crossover. Man, I really do hope this SMA can catch up a bit more to start pulling down below 33.68. Give it like a small little kiss of death. Still got like 8 minutes, 50 seconds. For 15 minutes to close. Then back on the 1 minute. Boom, boom. Oh, that's a massive accumulation there as well. Got one here, resistance, support. Go back on the 15. See the 1 minute. Yeah, looks like it might just push through. Let's see. Let's see. It's gonna break 33.68. Yeah. All right. So I'm just closing it there. I'm not gonna test it. I'm just gonna take it based off the price action and manage here. Looks like I didn't get the push that I wanted. Could still retest that 15 minute and pull downwards, to be honest, but I did not want it to even come all the way up over there. See, right on the mark. That's a crazy squeeze. That's a crazy squeeze. So if it dumps now, that's actually gonna be crazy right here. By 33.68. And that's why I wanted this thing to be a little bit down. If it was a little bit more down, at least I could be sure. Because the way that 1 minute was breaking, could have just continued pushing up. But we knew this 15 minute was going to be in the way. Look at that thing. All right, nice. So I got a hat trick here. Awesome. See what happens on this 15 now. It's funny. The 1 minute candlestick stopped exactly here. No even top wick on this one when it came down. Man, this 15-minute barely has a bottom wick as well. I would say good management though. 0.30, not bad. The thing about the market is it's doing way too many grabs. That's what I'm noticing. It's like, why does it keep grabbing below here? If you notice, these are the sort of grabs that I'm looking at. Let me try to draw them for you guys. So you see I pushed down below here, then pulled up. This candlestick took out the highs, pulled down, took out the lows, pulled up, took out the highs. Like, it's doing way too much. It's doing too many. It's going back and forth a little bit too much over here. Because what basically is doing now, the next time it breaks these lows, maybe it pulls back up to take out the highs, and then it pulls down to take out the lows again. So it's taking its sweet time. But damn, look at that beautiful reaction. No way. Just my luck. Next candle will give a move. Imagine. Imagine. It got me right at that point. You know, like sometimes the market squeezes you. It gets you right towards these points where, I mean, you could just bend the rules a bit and say, yeah, I mean, we spotted those a 15-minute SMA there. It could just be like doing a kiss of death from. But it's just so annoying, you know. It shouldn't have been breaking these highs. It should not even have been breaking these highs at that point. It's just like this trade in particular just had this variable of that freaking SMA right there. No. Again, should I move your SL lower instead of closing? I did move my SL lower. Move it right here. Maybe I should have put it on top of the SMA. See that little bugger over there? This is how I wanted it. I wanted this freaking candle here to close. Because, you know, it's a bit difficult navigating the wicks, but you can always see where the candlestick closes. It's supposed to close where it's supposed to close, correct? But then the wicks are just an additional variable you have to look out for, because the wicks are a little bit harder to navigate because they're a little bit more volatile, you know what I mean? Man, this is ridiculous, man. I swear this thing melts here. Holy. Yeah, the market got me exactly where it needed to get me. But that would have been much nicer, was to get that SMA down just a bit more. And then if it retests, you know, it's retesting where I want to, like, it's giving me enough room. So if it retests like this, yeah, that's fine. But anyway. Yeah, if it re-breaks the highs, it is what it is, right? But if it keeps moving downwards, it's kind of annoying. Knew this candle had the move? Oh, you're anticipating this next 15 now? Let's see. It retested the bearish breakout of consolidation. All right. That was this area. That's what you're looking at here. That previous area, it broke. It's accumulating here again. Yeah, it could have been like a small little retest there. It's accumulating here as well. Man, I don't know how the market does this sometimes. Like, it knows how to make that last push. It always does these last pushes before the reversals. Man, it is incredible. It is a freaking incredible how it does that sometimes. Like, what the hell? $130 pip move to the downside to get to its pivot. Happy with what? 165? I know I should have let it go. It's our break below the lows of the accumulation on the 5-minute. No. Yeah, the candle move like, well, what is that? 24? As hourly is playing back and forth quite a lot. But the idea still remains the same, you know. Still expecting that price sort of had a higher probability to come down. Saw him break below that 30-minute support as well. I think I'm noticing it just keeps pulling up and down way too much. Like, look at this again. It's like creating new lower low, pulling up again. Never get any decision made anytime in the market? Yes. Yeah, I just gotta watch price now. This is bound to happen. You know, in the amount of trades that I take, these situations, they're bound to happen. That's why I even mentioned it before it happened, because it's not the first time I've been here. I've been here before. That's with that pesky SMA right at the management point. You know, it's a very difficult situation to be in, because you either have to like keep following your rules, or you could splurge a bit more on the loss. You could just say, okay, you know, since I've reduced my risk by like 80%, maybe I can just do it by 70%. You know, you just splurge a bit more just to be extra sure. But I typically don't like to do that. You know, I like to follow my rules, like even if it means something like this happening, because this, like when we're just looking at the candlesticks and not just SMAs, just with the price action, that's not even meant to happen. It's not meant to break these highs if price wants to move down. Unless it's just like in a kind of like choppy environment. You see how it's like doing it? It's breaking lows and then pulling back up again. And don't really like those. I don't really like trading in those types of environments. I actually try and avoid them. Oh, since EU moves the same as gold, I could say I'm in opposite trade because I'm in EU buys. Yeah, I mean, this would be... You'd be buying the euro against the dollar. Gold selling off here against the dollar. Makes sense. GJ is moving down. Let's see what cable did. Cable had its push down as well. Pretty decent push over here on cable. I think just did close to about a 1-to-1 RR on this structure. See, at least cable is moving nicely. It's not doing it's not giving like that tricky price action here, such as this. Very difficult to navigate. This is more like straightforward. Similar to the pre-London times here. Bro, price action's trash today. Grabbing tiny liquidity both ways, no clean direction. Don't know if I should call it a no trade day or force a setup. You know, the thing is, there's opportunity. Like when I'm looking at this price action, I still believe that there's some kind of opportunity. It just needs to get away from this. So far today, there's been quite nice volume that came in. You see like Asia Open, Asia Dump, accumulation, break above, pre-London. London Open had a bit of volume. Caught these sells. But anyway, I'm just going to monitor price. Let's see what it does. Markets breakdancing. Was that perfect risk management or anything derived to manage it better next time? No, I think it was a good risk management. It's like it was part of the way I should have managed risk. You know, just that 15-minute SMA just gave a little room for a bit of, I think you would just call creativity. You use a bit of creativity here to to avoid the kiss of death. You know, SMA is just an indicator. It does have probabilities of those things happening, but I like to focus more on price action and the candlesticks. So I think, yeah, as long as you're basing your management off candles, I think that's pretty good. It's moving. You can look at it in the terms of this perspective. Sideways movement, sideways movement. Majority of the time it's just moving sideways. It's somehow caught in some maybe low liquidity of sorts. But anyway, you know, like market's just moving sideways most of the time anyway. About 2 minutes, 40 seconds for a 15-minute candle there to close. It's like it's hesitating, right? It wants to, it looks like it wants to move down, but it's like hesitating. So you're kind of dipping your toes inside a cold pool. Very curious to see what's going to happen here, though. If it can actually take these highs out again, now that's just going to be absurd. It's going to be absurd because this is basically those key areas I'm still looking at here. And now it's taking the lows out again. Man, if it takes this high out, that's crazy. That's just complete ranging. It's just ranging here. Because, you know, the thing is, like, people usually ask how you can avoid this fake outs, right? So you can see sometimes you get too many of them. They're just too many to avoid. In hindsight, maybe it looks easy, but or like easier, but when you're doing it in real time, there's just sometimes too many to avoid. So you got a 15-minute close. Let's create a new lower low there. Looking forward to watching the gold masterclass. Thank you, Vic. Welcome, Jay. Yeah, we need more episodes on that very soon. More episodes definitely coming for that, guys. So make sure you got your post notifications on. We've only done one episode so far on this. Right over here. We only have one episode. So stay tuned for these. I was thinking about doing like a small boot camp, but I think we're just gonna do a masterclass because it's gonna be more of like an expert level way of accelerating reading price action on gold. I think this could actually help quite a lot for newcomers on the stream as well. They can better understand how we trade. So yeah, so far we've only got like one episode. Let me send you all the link. I would love to see this thing just come all the way back up, to be honest. I don't even want to be right about the direction anymore. I just want everybody here to get washed, because that's what the market's doing. It's pretty much just mopping up everyone before any sort of real move. Because you can imagine people who took a sell there, for example, as well. They also just got triggered out. Then it's coming down, potentially trying this area again. Maybe got some new sellers in. Also, buyers at the same time got washed on this move towards the downside, because there was some nice range over there that the buyers could have caught. Over here, as prices breaking these highs to move up to like 33.72. So the buyers also got washed. If I don't win, nobody wins. Nah, joke. That's wild. Days like this, NY usually breaks out heavy in one way or the other. Man, I think like the real move, if we break these highs, what's the probability that it fakes and comes back down again? It still hasn't had its real move. That's the funny thing. Like, since the entries, we haven't had the confirmation yet, or the push to the downside, and we also haven't yet had a push to the upside. The market's just consolidating. It's quite interesting to see who's going to get paid out here. Holding from 33.69. 33.69. That was our initial break. The initial accumulation there. Goldie is it's like being in an abusive relationship right now. You know, it's like psychological abuse, you know, it like pushes, it makes you feel like it's gonna go down, then it comes back up. Takes the highs. Look at this. Breaking the lows again one more time, and then starting like pull up again. It's stuck in between the SMAs though. You got the 50 and the 8 right there now. See 30 minutes reflipping. Oh, Audi got about 10 minutes now. Yeah, I'm kind of hoping this thing doesn't play out, because this should not have happened. That little break above there shouldn't have happened if it wanted to move down. So maybe it could be doing some psychological work on people. Because usually people who see this, it's so easy to give like your trade a second chance, right? And you get stuck in the same drawdown again. But you want to remain in control. You want to set the terms for the market. Don't let the market set the terms for you. Sometimes it will be tricky and you get stopped out maybe even just by a pip. But just remain calm. Don't let the market set the terms for you. Don't revenge trade. If anything, just come back the next time. That's why usually if I take a winning or losing trade in each session, I'm just going to come back the next time. I'm just going to let it do all that psychological work here and then come in during another time when it's moved from this area. Getting bullied by Nightbot is wild. Yeah, expert. You can't use all capital letters. Then you're going to get timed out. Did you close your trade? Yes. Yeah, I already closed it. Because it's not moving anywhere. Oil looking good. Very nice distribution. Yeah, it's very clean. Oh man, what a manipulation here though. You see what I mean, chat? Like, man, sometimes the market really does not want to pay people. It's not about having a good and a bad trade. The market sometimes just decides like, hey, no one's getting paid here. See what it does? You're just going to notice. The more you read price action, you're going to notice such things like this. Price break above. Like, why? Just think about it this way, yeah? Why would price break above this area to come down like this? What's the reason for this? And then to skyrocket up, I don't know how many pips this candle is. Why do you guys think the reason this is? Man, like a majority people will not survive that. They will not survive that. And majority people miss this move. You see, it's like the market already knows. It knows where it wants to go. It said, okay, you know what? We're going to move up here. But before we move up, we got to take out everybody first. But you see, the thing about it, it doesn't always do this. You know, it doesn't always do this. So you can still find consistency. You just have to find a way to like just keep going in situations like that as well. Because that's not going to give you like... There's sometimes some things you could do differently, but if you're always looking for something you could do differently, then you're going to be in this like never-ending loop of, oh, maybe I should have moved it 2 pips extra, 4 pips extra, 5 pips extra. It will always just be a little bit extra. It'll always just be a little bit extra till it doesn't make sense anymore. But yeah, I got like a little fake out over here and then price moved up. Same thing with Goldie right now. It's cooking something. It's cooking something. I don't know if you guys are in any positions now, but I'm out of that trade. I managed my trade. Don't want to be stuck here. This is becoming like kind of 50-50. It's like 50-50 what direction it's going to go now. The 4 hours making me consider closing the trade there. This will be the first 4 hour that at least closes slightly with volume within this general region over there. So this 4 hour closure. Next hourly is going to be the pre-New York candle. Pre-NY. Low volume in London. ASMA is catching up to it though. Thanks guys, appreciate the 100 likes. Watching gold here is tiring. Pretty sure the next move should be coming. This is pre-New York hourly candle that's about to open. Oh, it's coming back up there. Did we exit the trade? Yeah, I already got out. I mean, you could see it here. This is my C trader here. If I'm in any positions. How much am I down? I'm down on the day. About like 2.30%. Yeah, something like that. Like 2%, 2.30. Good buy here this morning. This was also a shitty buy. Shitty buy because I missed my first trade, which would have been a profitable trade. But I got stuck in this buy. Also like a little grab situation. Because I could have caught the sells. If I saw the grab happen first, I could have caught the sells. So I got stuck in a buy. And then I took a sell over here. And I managed my risk on this position. So I think it's pretty nice. Closed off like... Managed quite a lot. It's nice coming back up. See, it's just completely screwing everybody. It's coming back to the highs. Like, it took out the lows again. Like, you know how many times it's done this, guys? Like... It's impossible to get a buy or a sell. You're gonna get cooked both directions. Man, and this range was so good as well, you know? It really was not the hardest range to correct. It's about like a 90 pip range over here. It really was not that difficult. It was a very nice range. Take out the pre-London buyers from earlier on. Yeah, it's taking them out again. Brutal. It's making me contemplate my third trade for the day. I don't know if I should take a third trade for the day here. Looks good to go up now. That's what it wants you to think. And then it's going to come back down to take these lows again. Got about 1 minute for candle to close. Well, yeah, we got the this is pre-NY. So with that new hourly, it's kind of like a make and break, correct? That new hourly can open and push up, or it can open and start to rip down again. Then that becomes like a pretty big fake out situation here. Like this. So it's going to be a make and break here. We got about 1 minute. Got about 1 minute. Oh, 40 seconds. Save the bullet for NY. It's breaking. Let's see this range. Because the first attempts to get it were basically screwed. So wait, where was that other example? So you see what's happening with oil. When oil broke out here, look at this. The first time it broke out and then it came down, taking people out before the actual move to the upside. Correct? It's the same mentality here with basically markets all across the board. So you can imagine, let me just remove some of this analysis here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, you can see the same exact sort of thought pattern happens here. So you have this range that you can correct, but you can see whoever would take a buy here, they would first get removed before the actual move happens. You see this? This is just the market's way of having that probability of something like this happening. It's a probability thing. You know, so if this is looking to you interesting, I know maybe somebody here is thinking that they can trade this, then that's where your foundation lies, right? That's going to be kind of like your theory. So now you have to prove your theory that it can actually work in a long duration of time, that it's going to remain profitable. But I'm sure someone might be thinking about trading those situations, which could possibly work. You know, then you got to see like how that makes sense for you to consistently execute on such a thing like that. What do you guys say? I think that's quite interesting. You know, the thing is that the structure is going to look different. It's going to look different, but the concept, it remains the same, correct? It's all about the concept, because you're never going to get a 1-for-1 in the market necessarily. But you can get your setups look quite similar. They look quite similar. UG Wade, thank you for the sub, man. Appreciate it. That's corrected that move. So yeah, that's a very difficult one. That's a very difficult one. People who sold here, maybe they managed here. People who bought here got shaken out, and then the move happened. Now it's filling this range up towards that resistance. Yeah, but I had a feeling like surely the move was bound to come at some point. This is a new Auli here. Looks like it's more of a make than a break. Lovely distribution. Kind of looks like it was mirroring this bit of price over here. This little sideways movement. We draw a horizontal line. See, markets just move sideways, distributed, sideways, distributed. Kind of like a reversal pattern as well. Yeah, this is a reversal pattern as well. You see that sideways and then get the sideways here. Boom, boom. Yeah, that's something you could look out for 100%. It's something I like to look out for as well. See if I get any of these reversals. That's what I'm typically expecting once it starts to break that structure. This is what I was actually would be expecting that was happening on this break. Right over here. But it seemed like it was more profitable for the market to first shake these buyers out because it was going to move up anyway. So might as well have taken them out first and then moved up. But that was the whole idea behind managing risk. You know, because you're anticipating that your drawdown is going to be like this. That's why it's important. Like if you ever get a situation, you see with that 15-minute, how it just tapped like this. Don't worry about the indicators. I would say focus more on the price action. Because there's certain levels price mustn't break if it doesn't want to go in that direction. And then you get that additional variable of something like that happening, you know, a little bit more liquidity grabs and then continuation. That's typically how I like to think about markets. It's always like a way to like understand and communicate with what's happening. Otherwise, you know, if you take a loss and you don't want to like think about it a little bit more in depthly, you kind of miss out on the experience of how orders flow. That's what you're going to miss out on. So, you know, that's something you always build upon. And when you get your entry confirmations, next time you're going to see certain things happen that you can use as confluence. When the new 4-hour open, a wick scalp to the upside is possible above 33.6950. Oh man, it opened there without even a bottom wick. Look at that. Crazy. 4-hour, no bottom wick. Oh, taking us out the greedy sellers. Greedy sellers. Greedy sellers SL would be, I would say if it takes like 33.74, that's the ultimate zone. Where anyone expecting price to keep moving down from this general price action that whole idea will be completely invalidated. But it's better to always manage your risk. You know, when the market gives you an opportunity, like this is a luxury, man. This is a luxury the market gives you to reduce your stop. So you don't have to take the additional drawdown, because it won't always give you that opportunity. But when it does, it's like an insurance at the blackjack table, you know? Like, and since you get less times you get insurance, then you should take it when you do have it. 4 hour didn't break the resistance or FVG, even with some upside. It might just grab liquidity, then drop. Yeah, I'm gonna let it do its thing, you know, let it move up here. It's fine, at least moving. Find it at least moving. And those are your best trades, really. Most of the time, your best trades is just gonna move like this. They're going to break key levels of structure and they're just going to keep moving up like that. So whenever you get price give you a hard time, always be a bit cynical, you know? Remember that your best trades, and when the market picks a direction, it will move. Just like it moved here, move here. When I began trading, I used to close trades during retracements, then watch them hit TP. You gotta, yeah, I mean, like, the thing with that retracement is the first push up is usually, that's usually just the retracements, right? That's why you want to wait for price to create more structure. Yeah, so I think that's what happens. Usually people will either do like, it's either a quick break even or they manage too quickly on the retracement. Or like after the retracement, they start to squeeze their trade. They'll start squeezing or trailing their positions and then get taken out. Those are ways that you can quickly mismanage positions. It also depends on the size of your stop loss. I was like, bigger stop loss, you have to be more patient with structure being formed first. Smaller stop loss, maybe, you know, you can get away with it sometimes. But yeah, I think I'm going to end off the stream over here, guys. Looks like market's going to set up again. So this is a different map, basically. So you can see this area is done, right? There was one beautiful accumulation distribution right here. And this was more of like psychology work. And now we're breaking into the next, what do you call it? The next section of price action. So yeah, that's what's happened that far. And yeah, I think I'm just going to take a small little break now. And then I don't know if we're going to trade again. Maybe I might trade. This range here is big though. This range is about... Is that like 100 pips, 110 pips? Could give some nice opportunities there. I mean, it's Monday. I'm not expecting this thing to really trend so much on a Monday. We're up 0.46%. But I was not expecting it to trend on a Monday. So we'll just see what happens. If it breaks above a 33.74 here and respects this level, then you're going to see maybe something like this happen and, you know, maybe it continues to move up. Or you get some rejection up over here for price to move down towards the lows. But I'm going to call it a day here, guys. Appreciate you all tuning into the stream. I'll see you all tomorrow. London Open. Adios, everybody.